guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This video is going to be, like I promised, about the high voltage and low voltage meetings that we had with respect to building our house. So if you're interested in watching, make sure you stay tuned. All right, so jumping right into it, basically this is the meeting where you get to pick things like your surround sound. If you have a media center, you get to pick all the selections that go into there. If you want like central back system, things like where your speakers go, you get to pick that as well. Just to preface, some of the things that you need to consider when it comes to even things like the design center, which I posted about earlier, is like certain things you want to do yourself, and there's certain things that you want them to do, and you're willing to pay for it as far as it going into the total cost of the house. And for us, one thing that we decided that we didn't want to do ourselves is the media center room, because honestly speaking, if we left it up to ourselves, it most likely wouldn't get done until, I don't know, years later. And I mean, it's an area that's upstairs, like an area that we might not go to if it's not like, fully fleshed out. So we just decided that we were gonna just basically have it all set up. So we got the, the speakers, we got the projector, the whole system. Basically, all we need to do when we move in is just have a couch, get a couch there, and then we're good to go. But things like, with respect to the design center, things like cabinet pulls, light fixtures, we decided we're going to do that ourselves, just because they didn't even have like really great options for that, and it is a little bit cheaper if you do it yourself sometimes, depending on what you're picking. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, we fully fleshed out the media room. We got to pick where we wanted like the surround sound. We definitely picked the surround sound package. We got surround sound speakers like in our bathroom, obviously in the great room. We got some in the outside patio, and I think we got some in one other area. I can't remember. So yeah, that kind of wraps up the home technology high voltage meeting that we had earlier. That meeting was supposed to be about 3 hours long. We did it in about an hour-ish, because we kind of already knew what we wanted going into the meeting, so it didn't take too long, as opposed to some of the design center appointments that took like literally the full 3 hours. So yeah, moving on to the low voltage meeting. So this meeting is basically where you get to pick all the extra lights that you want in your house. You also get to pick like where you want the outlets to be, like extra outlets to be, if you want extra outlets. What else in that meeting? I think that's about it. Like extra outlets and lights. Those are the things that we picked, and we got to pick like where we want it. So one of the things that was really helpful, so I asked some of my followers on my stories, like, for some advice on that meeting. And I got some really good advice about like what you should think about. And they said, when it comes to like decorating during Christmas time, like where you want to put the Christmas tree, make sure you have an outlet there that's close by. And I initially didn't think about that. So I literally had to, the next day, I had to send her an email and kind of draw in where I wanted those extra outlets, because I have in my mind exactly where I want the Christmas tree to be. I feel like it's going to be the perfect position. And when I looked at the drawing, I noticed there was literally no outlet close by it at all. So thankfully, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but shout out to her, because I would have been really pissed off come Christmas time when I can't plug my tree anywhere close by. So, or make, even with the extension cord, it just looks ugly. So definitely drew it in and sent it to her, and she was able to put it in before, sending it off. So things like that you want to consider. Also, like the way you want to set up your living room, because sometimes with the way you set up your living room, you might need like an extra floor outlet. So we didn't want to do that, because we didn't want like an ugly floor outlet on the floor of the great room, although we probably might need one, but we will just kind of work around that. But I definitely got an extra floor outlet for my office, just because, with the lights and the studio, with the lights and filming and all the extra gadgets that go into like content creation. I would definitely needed to make sure that I had like extra outlets available to me, specifically for lights. That was kind of the main thing, just so that I can have my lights like close up if I need to. What else? I think that's pretty much it for the low voltage meeting. It went by pretty fast. It wasn't like a 3-hour meeting or anything like that. It probably took about an hour and a half in total, because again, we kind of knew what we wanted before we got to the meeting. She was also surprised. She was like, oh, this is the she said it was the quickest low voltage meeting she's ever been to, which, yeah. All right, so that's basically it. The next update that I will be sharing with you guys is going to be our pre-construction meeting, which we have, I believe, in the beginning of May. So I'm definitely going to talk about that and kind of fill y'all in on what that whole process was, and just continue to update y'all on this whole house building process. So if you're liking these videos, if you're interested in following along on this journey, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Also, make sure you leave a comment below. It definitely motivates me to continue to create this content and share with y'all this journey. Also share with, if you know somebody that's building a home, also share with them. I would love to like talk to other people who are going through this process and kind of like, you know, learn from them as well, because I am definitely learning. I am not an expert at all. I'm literally here to just share my experience. I'm not here as an expert to like teach y'all anything per se. I'm just here to share my experience, and hopefully y'all learn from it. But yeah, so that's it for this video, guys. I will see y'all later. Bye. Thanks for watching.